To 640, welcome back. For every one child raised by a relative in foster care, there are 19 children being raised by a relative outside of foster care. And a number of those relatives raising children outside of foster care are grandparents. In this segment of Raising North Dakota, a local grandmother shares the joys and challenges of starting over.
9-year-old Aiden is a happy, well-rounded boy who enjoys playing football, PlayStation, and swimming. But he didn't have the easiest start to life. Aiden was living in Las Vegas with his mother, who struggled with a drug addiction. When Aiden was 3 years old, his mother was no longer able to care for him, and he moved to North Dakota with his aunt. And ultimately, like thousands of children across the nation, his grandmother.
It became necessary for someone to provide him with a stable, loving environment. And so that was me. And it wasn't something I had anticipated.
Cindy Gorham was not aware of all that was happening during those formative years. So when Aiden came to her, there were many challenges and lots of catching up to do.
Those challenges were something I hadn't anticipated. But there were a lot of resources out there for me, a lot of education for me, and I plugged into all of those things. And now he's a regular, just happy little 9-year-old boy.
Statistics show the number of grandparents raising grandchildren is on the rise all across the nation. More than 2.3 million grandparents are responsible for their grandchildren in the U.S., and over 4,000 grandparents are responsible for their grandchildren in North Dakota. AARP family and caregiving expert Amy Goyer says that while numbers rise and fall with what's happening in the nation, addiction tends to be the main cause.
There are many other causes. Again, the death of a parent, incarceration, which could be related to addiction. You might have a parent who's deployed. There are a lot of different situations that can happen, maybe mental illness of a parent.
When it comes to raising her grandson, Cindy says that while she may be a young grandma, she doesn't have the physical and mental energy she used to have. But the biggest ongoing challenge she faces?
I had to decrease my 401k contributions significantly in order to provide for Aiden. And so I have concerns when it comes time for retirement, what's going to happen.
A challenge millions of grandparents face across the nation.
The financial is something that you didn't plan for. And the average age of a grandparent raising grandchildren is actually about 57. So if they are 57, they're nearing retirement, right? Or they're already retired. And that means the retirement planning, the savings that you've built up, tends to go down the drain. You use that to pay for everything from tennis shoes for the kids, which is expensive, to all the extras, tutoring. Maybe they need childcare. There's so many expenses associated with raising a child.
But as Cindy and thousands of other grandparents have discovered, there are resources available to help those in need. While Cindy and Aiden have benefited from some of those programs, she feels that due to so many changes over the years, the criteria for qualifying for those programs needs some revamping.
TANF will give you a couple $100s a month. If I would have said I can't take him and they put him in foster care, they would get $800-900 a month. That was really frustrating to me.
But ultimately, it's important to do your research and reach out for help. And no matter what challenges come along with raising a grandchild, financial or otherwise, Cindy shares what's most important.
I felt it was really important to keep Aiden in our family. And he has a very extended family. My parents are still alive, great-grandparents, very active. I have sisters who have big families. And I'll never forget the first time we were at a family function, and Aiden looked at me and he said, "Is this all my family?" And he was just the joy on his face to be a part of that.
Well, there are a number of resources available to assist grandparents raising their grandchildren, from their TANF, as she mentioned, to SNAP and respite care, food and electrical assistance, to education resources. And you can visit our website at kxnet.com and click on this story. I have a number of links there. But, as we mentioned, there's, different families qualify for different things. And as she mentioned, she makes too much money to qualify for certain things. And she had mentioned that, you know, as a grandparent, she only gets $200 to $300 from TANF, for example, whereas a foster family would get $800 to $900.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's different things with the system that
she's really making a huge sacrifice for love. You know, obviously she has to do it, but even that, what you just mentioned, and then taking out from her 401k, very challenging.
Absolutely.
And it's happening across the country.
It's an ever-changing thing, and you know, she's hoping that we can make changes to help more grandparents and families in the future.
Well, thank you very much, Alicia.
Absolutely.
All right, Amber. Well, we're dressing for the 80s.